Hello there, my name is Ben Chapman and welcome to episode 21 of my Total Extreme Wrestling 2020 WWE Rebranding Save. And we're kicking the show off with something a little different. Of course, if you are new around here, make sure you subscribe, and if you like this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Let's try and get some likes on this video. We start off with an interesting segment where we announce that Nigel McGuinness versus Daniel Bryan will be opening the show in a 10-minute legitimate match, in a traditional wrestling match. They have 10 minutes, and if it goes to 10 minutes, it will be decided on by judges. 5 judges, and those 5 judges are former NWA World Heavyweight Champion Adam Pearce, and also former Raw and SmackDown Commissioner Adam Pearce. Former WWE and WCW wrestler Fit Finlay. Former British wrestling legend Robbie Brookside. The former Hurricane Shane Helms. And the former Abyss and former TNA World Heavyweight Champion Chris Parks. And they're going to be your 5 judges for the Daniel Bryan versus Nigel McGuinness match. And it went to the time limit. It did go to the time limit. The two of them put on a mat clinical masterclass. And in the end, Daniel Bryan defeated Nigel McGuinness with a majority decision verdict. More people thought that Bryan won the match than McGuinness. It was a 10-minute match. It was a draw. But Daniel Bryan was awarded the victory. And I think this is going to become a new division in WWE. Whether it gets its own show or not, I'm not sure yet. But a new technical wrestling division with judges and everything. I like the sound of that, to be honest. And after the match, they shake hands as part of Code of Honor, and they get attacked by 2 other Brits, the grizzled young veterans. Zach Gibson and James Drake attack McGuinness and Bryan, and pretty much just lay them out. And they're going to be having a match next week on Raw. It's going to be Daniel Bryan and Nigel McGuinness versus the grizzled young veterans. Nigel McGuinness has gone from a one-off wrestling to a few weeks of Raw in a row now. We then get match 3 of the best of 5 series, and Dominic Mysterio goes 2-1 ahead. He goes 2-1 up. He won the first and the third match. Reigns won the second one. It's a pretty good series. Gets an 85, this one does. Superb match. Dominic wins with the 619. The performances are starting to get good, you know. After the Mysterio match, we get Jeff Jarrett. And that's after their tag match last week, where Ember Moon and Charlotte Flair teamed with them respectively. Natalya and Asuka are finally going to go one-on-one next week, and they are going to go into the Judges' Court match, which is what I'm calling the decision match, the technical 10-minute matches. They're calling them the Judges' Court match, and Natalya and Asuka are going to have a Judges' Court match next week. We're going to try and make these a more common thing. They're going, yep, and if it goes to a tie, they will be having a no DQ match at Clash of Champions. It's 83 rating, good segment. We then get the first of a triple threat of matches, because this is going to be a very match-heavy show. I'm thinking this is a mid-pay-per-view storyline progression show. We've got 3 matches in a row here. So first match is Ultimo Ninja versus Angel Garza, and Ultimo Ninja picks up the win with a flying drop kick on Angel Garza. Gets a 78 rating, Ninja 77, Garza an 86. The second match of the trilogy sees Andrade defeat MVP in 11:54 with a split leg corkscrew senton. They didn't click, unfortunately. Andrade only getting 72, MVP a 66, overall gets a 73 rated match, but Andrade picks up the win. And the third of them sees Black Death defeat Shelton Benjamin with the end of the line. They didn't have any chemistry or not, so Black Death gets a 90, Benjamin a 79, gets an 81 match overall. Pretty good. Trilogy of matches, building up to a triple threat tag team match at Clash of Champions. We then go backstage to Otis and Tucker walking on Jeff Jarrett, and Tucker's talking for Otis, and he goes that Otis should be getting a TV title shot, but Lashley's not been defending his title on TV at all. He hasn't defended it since Payback. Why hasn't he defended it? And Otis has pinned him since Payback in a tag match. Otis pinned Bobby Lashley, and surely that means Otis is due a TV title shot. Jeff Jarrett says that he cannot give Otis a title shot because it's an open challenge title. However, he can force Bobby Lashley to start doing his open challenge again every week from next week onwards. So the open challenge will be reopened, and if Otis wants to go and answer it, Otis has to do that. That's how Otis will get his title shot. We then get after her return last week, she now gets a one-on-one match with Charlotte Flair, and Ember Moon defeats Charlotte Flair in 14:29 with a Eclipse. Gets an 82 rating. Ember Moon gets an 87, which is amazing. Charlotte a 91. These women's division is phenomenal at the moment. That's a phenomenal match. Let's be honest here. I don't know how I could have got that. Why is it only an 82 though? I want to actually try and work out how this was only an 82. Spinal impacts. I'll have a look and see if how much of an effect that actually made. But the top rope stunner Eclipse gets the job done, and Ember Moon beats Charlotte Flair. When cut backstage, where Ricochet is about to have an interview, when he just gets locked in the Coquina clutch and gets choked out backstage. Samoa Joe is angry. He wants a US title shot at Clash of Champions. It's an 89 rating. We're going to get a fun match here, which is the #1 contendership for the Cruiserweight title, featuring Mustafa Ali, Buddy Murphy, Akira Tozawa, and Willow the Wisp, who is staying around. Jeff Hardy has pretty much disappeared. It's just Willow now. In a very good match, gets a 77 rating. It's Mustafa Ali who picks up the win because, that's where the storyline's been going. It's been Cedric betrayed Mustafa. Mustafa Ali pins Akira Tozawa with the 054. Willow carried the match. He's bound to become Cruiserweight champion at some point, Willow is. Gets a 77 rating though. 91 for Willow, 70s for Ali and Murphy, and 60s for Tozawa. And after the match, Cedric comes out and hits a lumbar check on Mustafa Ali, and pretty much just shouts at him saying that Mustafa Ali will never be the Cruiserweight champion. This is the age of Alexander, and I am the future. Then get a tag team match. Pretty simple match, just getting the Iconics over. Got Bianca Belair on commentary. Iconics beat Vanessa Bourne and Chelsea Green in 5 minutes 45 when Billie Kay pins Vanessa Bourne with the Schoolgirl Crush. It's quite a simple match. Nothing too fancy about it. But the Iconics get a good win and build up momentum before their triple threat match at Clash of Champions. We then get Orton on an on-screen promo. The WWE Champion Randy Orton. And he's cutting a promo about Tommaso Ciampa. His attack on Ciampa last week. Why did he attack Ciampa? Well, Ciampa was getting on his nerves. Ciampa kept turning up in places that Ciampa didn't belong. So at Clash of Champions, Randy Orton's going to prove to Tommaso Ciampa that Ciampa doesn't even belong in the same shot on camera as him. Pretty good, pretty simple segment. It's a 98, which is a phenomenal rating for a promo. And it builds up the Ciampa versus Orton feud beautifully. And then that leads us into the main event. Oh boy, why are we giving this away on TV? I don't fully know, but I'm sure the crowd aren't complaining, and I'm sure the ratings won't complain either. But Seth Rollins, John Cena, Adam Cole, triple threat match. Superb wrestling, great heat. John Cena wins, defeating Seth Rollins and Adam Cole, with making Adam Cole tap out to the STF. It's an 85 rating. Increases our faction warfare storyline. Cena gets an 89, Cole gets an 84, Rollins gets an 87. These are all great ratings here. And it's not the main event segment though, because the main event segment gets even better. While Cena's celebrating, Rollins jumps him. And he gets his crew to come out, Theory and Murphy, and they pull out a stack of cinder blocks. And just like he did to Ambrose years and years ago, Rollins stomps John Cena's head into those cinder blocks, effectively writing him off TV for months, because his head got smashed into those cinder blocks. Overall, what do we get? We got I think that's going to be one of the best Raw episodes I've done, to be honest, which makes me kind of disappointed that it was only an 89. Of course, we didn't have any Roman or Brock on this show. They're going to reappear next week. But I'm a little disappointed with that. I thought it deserved better. Well, that's all we can do, I guess. They can only judge based on the show. Maybe if we had more angles rather than lots of matches, because the angles are what we're better at. This was just a match-heavy show because I think the storylines needed that. Well, I've been Ben Chapman. If you enjoyed this, hit that thumbs up button. If you're new around here, make sure to subscribe. And I'll see you all guys next time.